Welcome to the North Pole and SantaTeaches studios. Today we're going to go over a few of the manufacturers of playing cards, from cheap generic to high dollar name brands. And hopefully this will help you decide if price really matters. So let's start out with a generic brand. It's made from paper, they rip easy, they don't last very long. These usually come with chip sets, they're promotional items, they're not something that Santa generally uses. The next one up is Bicycle. These are a good middle of the road card. They're plastic coated paper. They're easily affordable. They last a while. The corners do tend to get bent. They've actually been around since 1885. These are the decks of cards that we have used at the North Pole longer than any other deck. And they usually cost less than $2 a pack. And the next deck up is a bullet. These are bullet cards from France. They are actually made of plastic. These are a good deck. These worked out to about $7 a deck. They are good cards. This actual deck is a bridge size. And at this point, we're getting into the middle range of pricing for decks. Next up is Bicycle's plastic deck. These cards are a step up from Bicycle Standard. They are made out of plastic. They do withstand just like any other plastic cards do. They don't tear easy. They are $10 a deck compared to the less than $2 for the standard bicycles. Next up is the Kopog. These are also a plastic deck of cards, and if you notice, they come with a nice plastic case. These ones run $12 to $15 a deck. They are very durable. These also had been used at the World Series of Poker for many years. And with the Kopog, we're actually entering into the upper end of the price range for cards. Next up, we have another plastic set that runs about the same price, and it is Faded Spades cards. Faded Spades are a relative newcomer to the card world. They've actually applied an entirely new design to the card faces. And this deck is actually their 2.0, and currently Faded Spades is used at the World Poker Tour, and these are the standard poker size and made out of plastic, as all the upper end poker cards usually are. Faded Spades runs approximately $15 a deck. And now we go to the Chem cards. These actually were the most expensive cards that we have here. They actually run close to $16 a deck. They are good cards. The plastic in these cards are actually 100% acetate cellulose plastic. These are actually used for a lot of the televised games, and by many they're regarded as the best poker deck. And Chem is pretty much at the top of the price point for playing cards. However, there are cards that are more expensive but are not widely used in the industry. So basically we're at the top level of our price point. We also have the lowest level of our price points. And does price really matter? We can play cards with both decks. The highest price point cards will last much longer for us than the low price point cards will. But will the lowest price point plastic cards last as long as the high dollar plastic cards? I don't know. So is it better to pay $35 for two decks or pay $14 for two decks? Which is going to work for you? Let's look at what we use at the North Pole. So at the North Pole, we don't play for money, but we do play for candy canes. And if we are playing for candy canes, we are going to use the lower price point plastic cards. And the elves, with their smaller hands, they do like the bridge decks better. But the bullets, they do come in a full-size poker deck. But if you're just playing for fun, the plastic coated paper are fine, or even the paper are fine. Santa's favorite deck, though, is the Faded Spade 4-color deck. As you can see, price can make a difference, but you just have to find what works for you. I'd like to thank everyone for coming and watching our videos. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I'm checking my list. I'm checking it twice. I'm going to find out who's naughty or nice.